all the time. So is, of course, Mike Ward. So I love the fact that we're going to spend some time talking about the top food trends of 2016. What is hot when it comes to food?
Well, 5 things are really floating to the top. Not all specific food intake ingredient trends, but 5 food happenings, let's call it that.
Okay.
Number 1 on the list is a game changer. It is UberEats. Now, there's been apps around that are doing a similar thing recently, but UberEats is really going to dominate, and what they do is it's a game changer in terms of no longer are we relegated to crappy old Chinese food and moderate pizza. The restaurants that you love will now deliver your food relatively inexpensively. I think they've done a deal with some of the restaurants or specific dishes they kind of keep on the ready. Very affordable. Sadly, I do believe it's potentially another nail in the coffin of learning to cook.
It is.
Anyway.
That's what I think. I mean, yes, people like me are rejoicing, but I think the bigger picture is that what about cooking? If you make it so cheap that you can get really good gourmet food, people are going to say, what's the point?
Well, I'm hoping a spin-off is that people will buy more main dishes and they'll cook sides at home to go with it.
Oh, that's
my little sub-prediction.
There you go.
Second up, I just got back from a month in Australia, my homeland. Bowls are huge in California, in Australia, and what that means is not just the vessel in which you serve food in. It changes the way we eat in that the traditional kind of Western way of eating is thirds. So, you know, you have your protein on 1/3, your veggies on 1/3, and your starch on the other third.
Yeah.
This changes that, so it allows you to just put stuff in a bowl and eat it and mix it around. I like to put a lot of hot sauce on everything, so that's kind of the way I eat. But you're going to see a lot of this, and it leans towards kind of a type of cooking that has less starch, less potato, less rice, and I think people are leaning towards that, right?
So it might potentially be a healthier way to eat, depending on what you put in there. If you put in like donuts and bacon,
depends how big your bowl is.
It's not a healthy bowl for you.
It's not a healthy bowl anymore. The bacon bowl, yes. Number 3, vegetables. Huge.
They're in for 2016.
They're in for 2016. They've just invented vegetables. They're coming out of a beautiful veggie. Yes, this is brand new. You've never seen this before. 2 reasons why they're coming back is it's really a reduction in meat, which is kind of curious. I think we're all getting a little more aware of the farming and harvesting processes of meat, and we're all getting a little more sensible in terms of our intake. I am a meatitarian. I love meat, but we all know that it does leave you feeling a certain way. Secondly, there's so many exciting things now that chefs are doing in restaurants and cookbooks now with veggies that we no longer think of them as something that we have to eat with our big juicy steak or piece of salmon. They are center stage nowadays. So much stuff online, particularly cookbooks that are really celebrating vegetables and new ways of putting them together. Okay,
so veggies is a main.
Veggies is a main.
Yeah, having some fun with veggies. I think that's a very smart idea. And plus, meat is very expensive.
It is getting pricey.
Like, produce is expensive as well, but it's getting to the point where people can't afford to have the steaks or the salmon.
It's a luxury item.
It's a luxury
I want to go out, I want to buy 2 steaks, one for you and I. That's $20 right there.
That's a big deal. Yeah. Okay, so moving along.
Number 4 is kind of fun, and I'm a little bit of a personal advocate of this one. You're going to see people swapping the way they eat in terms of dinner for breakfast, breakfast for dinner.
Oh, I like that too.
Yeah.
I want breakfast all day.
I do too.
It's the best meal, I think. There's the most amount of good things at breakfast.
Yeah, that's right.
Right?
So, but what you are seeing is a lot of that in reverse, because sadly, most of the stuff that we love to eat for breakfast is the stuff that you like. It is, you know, they're baked goods, it's bacon,
French toast,
it's French toast.
So I'm even talking about oatmeal and eggs. Eggs are great for dinner.
Eggs are great for dinner. Oatmeal is now becoming a savory item. You don't have to cook it as sweet anymore.
Right.
Lastly is vinegars, fermenting, curing. We all know how to kind of create sweetness in a dish. You add sugar, you add butter if you want to elevate a dish. But what separates a lot of really good cooks from those that are struggling is the use of acidity. You're going to see a lot of this in 2016. We all know how to use lemon and lime, but vinegars are really coming back in. And what we once did in the 90s where we flavor infused oils and whatnot, you can now do that with vinegars.
That's what's happening with vinegars.
That's what's happening.
This is very practical as well, because if anything is pickled, you know, it lasts a lot longer, so it's a great way for you to preserve some of your veggies and what have you. So very interesting. It's going to be a good year. So vegetables, what a new hot thing. Whoa. I'm going to try one of those.